Point of sale operators in Kano State are protesting against the recent directive by the Corporate Affairs Commission that they should register their businesses within 2 months. The directive, according to the CAC, aligns with regulations set by the Central Bank of Nigeria. However, these operators are raising concerns that such registration could potentially inflate transaction costs for customers. Here's the report.
Point-of-sale operators in Kano State protest over a recent directive from the Corporate Affairs Commission. The CAC has mandated POS agents to register their businesses within a 2-month deadline in line with the CBN regulations. However, operators are expressing concerns that this registration could drive up transaction costs for customers. A serious challenge that has come to us operators is this issue of mandatory registration. What I would want the CAC to understand is that most of us will not be able to afford that registration unless it is reduced. Everyone knows the problems we are facing. Even with the 100 naira, 150 naira charges at the moment, people still complain a lot. Now, this policy might make things more difficult if we have to increase charges. Meanwhile, CAC registration agents argue that the call for registration is not only driven by potential commissions from an increased number of registrations, but also by the necessity to comply with the directive. The new registration is useful because mostly we have seen cases that a person could be using a name to operate his business that is registered by someone else. I believe the POS operators will realize the benefits of having that owned business name very soon. So, you know, when new things come, there's usually apprehension from people, especially when it involves money. But I believe that in the long run, the operators will see that this new directive is done in the best interest of everyone. Be that as it may, due to challenging economic climate and the soaring inflation of food prices, these operators are urging the government to reconsider its directives. We call on the government to try to see if there is a way that they can look at this policy to reduce the amount of money for the registration, because with the current economic situation, we are not making that much from the POS business. And if you now make us stop with the increasing inflation and everything, what do you now want us to do? Many of us will not be able to meet up and start eating into our capital, because even the capital that we have in this business is not much. So we appeal to the government to please look into it again and try to reduce the amount for the registration. As tensions rise between regulatory requirements and industry concerns, the fate of these POS operators hangs in the balance.